Oh, was I recording? Okay, here we go. This is a continuation of the Dirty Dozen. Why I say the Dirty Dozen? Because it's more, I mean, they're dirty half dozen. I'll say the Dirty Dozen. It's going to be about dozen moves. This is your pathway to getting stronger, y'all, especially when you have been restricted. So get yourself in front of a chair. When you start, and there are some of you that are heading for knee replacements, you're heading for different kind of procedures you have to get done. I'm telling you, if you want to keep your independence, you got to figure out how to navigate. Why am I putting this here? Because some of you, it is really hard for you to get up because of the pain if you have to go too far down. So start with a pillow. Here's the point. If you had a weight vest on and you went all the way down to your chair, that would be a pretty good move. However, it's the same mechanics. You hip hinge. And what I did just now before I hip hinged and shined my tail lights is I lifted my rib cage and I dropped my shoulders. And I did a big breathe in through the nose. So you lift, okay? You hip hinge. You can choose a higher landing surface or a lower one. But I'm telling you, if you did nothing else today but this first move, you'd be way ahead of the curve as far as maintaining good hip, knee, back, arm, shoulder mobility. Hip hinge, come down, keep your chin tucked, and you're going to do it 20 times. Just say 20 times. Yeah, I'd love for you to do 3 sets of 10, but I'm just going to say do it 20 times. So we go down. Once you start getting warmed up, and see, the thing that stops us many, many times is we're like, oh, I just don't want to, do that much stuff right now. That's why I'm saying put a pillow on top of that pad, and you can do that, and you can do it multiple times. So you may not need it. And after you start getting warmed up, after the first 10 or so, I'm thinking somebody needs to look and make sure that you mute your camera, because I'm getting sound feedback. I think it's Tim's. Anyway, check your thing there, Tim. So I'm going to come right here, and I'm just going to go right out here, and I'm not pulling. See, I'm just pushing through this move right here. I'm going to drop my shoulders, drop my chin. I'm going to come here. I'm going to come out. I'm going to drop my shoulders again. Come back down. Take a big deep breath. And come back up. And I'm going to just check to see how things moving. Come back up. Breath out. And I have a little tricky thing with my shoulder. I'm taking a look here. Yeah, Tim, if you could mute your camera, your picture. I'm getting that you're not muted, and I'm getting feedback. So if you can hear me. Oh, there you go. Okay, that works. That works. Okay, so I'm going to keep going. And when I start feeling, so now I'm going to turn. I'm going to come in. I'm not pulling. Again, I'm not pulling. I'm going to go straight out. I'm going to drop my shoulder. So I can tell you, since I was involved in a crash in August, this shoulder, yeah, they told me, Mom, go to get seen. You don't know. I said, no, it's okay. And it is definitely bothering me. Anyway, I'm doing gentle movement, a normal functional movement. I'm doing a sit to stand or modified squatting. If I had my weight vest on right now, that would give an element of challenge. Okay, now I'm starting to feel warm. I'm going to put my little fan on, and I'm going to take this out. Okay, now I'm going to continue my sit to stand. And I'm going to add a little step forward. So I'm going to continue on this very, 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 very important first move. And again, if you could just see your way through doing 20 of what I'm just now doing, which somebody needs to mute their, you know what? I think I did. Did I mute everybody? Yeah, it's Nancy's is not muted. So I'm going to say mute all. Yes, mute all. Okay, there. That was my fault. I wasn't muting people as they came in because I'm a little discombobulated. So I hope you're continuing this even though I step away. See, it's the repeated, simple move of a sit to stand. You put a band in your hand and do a little reach. Do a little reach. You do a little reach. Okay, now I'm going to continue. And I'm going to start holding on the sit down because it's a 1-2 up. And it's a 1-2-3-4 down. And then I'm going to start doing a forward step and a forward step. Okay. Now, my whole format right now is to show you the most quality moves to actually address weaknesses that make us fall most often. And that is our legs. That is our lower body. Yeah, everything else matters. But when you have had a lot of pain, see, I'm going to step forward right there. And then I'm going to come back. And I'm going to step forward. And I'm going to come back. And I'm going to do a hip hinge. Come down 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm not only counting 4 down, I'm holding. And the whole first set I was doing on a raised surface. Now I'm going all the way down. Okay? And I have this chair out here for a reason. I'm going to show you. It's a little bit lower than this. A little bit, like an inch or two. So I'm going to come up. 1, 2. I've got my little stretchy band that I'm not pulling on, but I'm doing these moves. See this? And if you have a tricky shoulder, I can tell you just reaching your hand out sometimes can be very problematic. Do you see what I'm doing right now? I'm leading into the next move of the very important half dozen moves to get strong. So see, I'm putting more pressure here. I'm releasing pressure on my foot in the back. If you don't feel comfortable bringing your foot up at this point right here while you're balancing on this pillow, then don't, okay? Unless you have a counter or something to hold on to, and then come back. And you see, I didn't even lift this foot, but I feel load. That's the point. And then I come back. Then I'm going to do the other one after I go to my sit down. So line yourself up, big breath through your nose, drop your shoulders, tighten tummies. I'm going to hip hinge. I'm going to come down as low as I can, but I'm not going to sit. And I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to sit. Then I'm going to come up. 1, 2, breath. Lean in with that foot on the pad. And I press so that my knee goes out over my toes a little. Then I drop my shoulders. And I act like I'm going to lift this toe, but I don't. Now, if you want to, do it. But if you don't have something to hang on to, I would not encourage you to do that right now. Take a breath, you hold, then you come back. So, see, these are very methodically thought out moves. You don't do these quick. The purpose of this whole presentation this morning or workout, hold 1, 2, 3, 4, bring it in. Here we go. Is to attack the loss of proprioception, the loss of muscle, the loss of bone around the knee joint, the ankle joint, the hip joint, the back. Okay? Take a breath, drop your shoulders, come up, 1, 2, put the other leg in there, the other foot up on the pillow. Now, before you do anything, correct the back leg. Some of you have pushed it all the way out to the side like a duck, so we don't want to do that. Act like you're going to release your toes, but don't, because you need that for your balance unless you have a wall to hold on to, a counter, a chair. Drop your shoulders. You've got your band. Bring that knee over the toes as much as you feel you can, because I really want to heat this part up right here and this part right here. Okay? This should not bother this part of the knee. Drop your shoulders again. Act like you're going to bring the back toe off the ground, but don't. Breath, breath, breath. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Just keep acting like you're going to take that step, but you don't. Then you come back. Then you step back. Then you hip hinge and shine those taillights. The rib cage is up, dropping your shoulder. You come right down here. You come down here. You come down here. You come down here. You go 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you haven't drifted. And you come back into the sit down mode. Big breath in through your nose. We're going to do 2 more. Now, I'm trying to hammer at approximately 20. And we might come back around to this a couple of times. So I'm going to go hip hinge, drop my shoulders, little bracing in the tummy. And I come up 1, 2, step forward. Make sure you're acting like you're going to push off your toe. Push forward, and you're coming right here. You're just bringing your hands down and back while you keep that band taut. Take a breath. Really act like you're going to release your toe in the back. So you're really putting a lot of pressure on that front leg, because what I'm trying to do is get your brain and your body ready to do one leg challenges. So we're starting to heat up and load one leg at a time. Okay? So here I come. Right here, drop my shoulders, drop my chin, big breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And come sit down. The hip hinge or the squat, the regular sumo squat, which is a hip hinge squat, is very different than a curtsy type squat. So I'm going to come right here. I'm facing you like this. I'll turn this way so you see what I mean. I'm going to lose my chair. And now I'm going to come down without pushing my butt back. And the reason I'm doing this right after I did the hip hinge squat, which is a sit to stand type of a move, now I go to the sumo. The sumo is you're coming down here without hip hinging. Is your hip going to hinge? Yes, it's going to. But you're not doing this, is the point. You are dropping down, okay? Your knees are going to go out over the toes more. So it's these 2 moves that you can do alternatingly, or do one full set and then the other full set. So see, I'm going to come down a little more, but I don't want to necessarily hip hinge. See, I'm coming down. I'm really getting it right here. Woo! Breath. So if I had a weight vest, if I were carrying weights right now, see, I've just got this right here that I'm keeping a little curl going, but I'm dropping down. But I'm keeping kind of my butt tucked, if that makes sense. And I'm pushing the knees out over the toes a little. Breath, breath. Hang on to it down there. Hang on to it down there. Breath, 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 and then come back up. Okay. You having fun yet? Now I want you to slip one leg back. See that? That's all I want you to do. And I'm just going to pull this arm back. See, I'm just going to keep this hand right here in the front. And I'm just going to kind of put my elbow back there. See that? While this, I'm in a split squat or a step back lunge. Same thing. But I'm pushing this down because this makes me keep my shoulders down. I'm breathing through my nose. And I'm just going to go pull. And when I pull back here, I'm going to bend the back knee. Let me see if I can show you. I think my pants are not. I put my warm pants on this morning. But do you see what I'm doing here? So I'm going to pull, draw my shoulders, and I'm going to bend the back knee. And I'm going to go down as far as I feel I can. Okay? While I'm giving a little pull. Not fast. You could even hold it. See? And that's what I'm doing, is I'm holding it. I'm not doing a lot of repetition, but I'm getting that pressure. I'm getting the firing of the muscles by holding that position. And see, I'm keeping trying to go down a little bit. I keep pushing my knee down. Okay? While I'm holding it. Breath, 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 breath. Then I come back up, just like that. Come forward, okay? Drop my shoulders. Now I'm going to switch hands. So this just gives me a little pressure. Now, if you wanted to work with free weights instead of the band right now, good. Get you whatever you want, 6, 9, whatever. But I'm going to slip the other leg back. See, I'm going to just slip that leg back. I'm going to say rib cage up, okay? And I'm going to do a step back lunge. So once I've stepped back, I'm trying to show you what I'm doing here. It doesn't have to be a lot. And I'm pulling the other arm now. Dropping my shoulders. I'm dropping the knee in the back. And I'm pulling. I'm pulling. And you can hold it. But I'm doing repetitions in my upper body. And I'm holding my ground and I'm bending that back knee so that I do a step back lunge. And I'm holding. Now, can you go down and do repetition? Sure you can. I'm just holding it. And I'm trying to go down a little further and a little further and a little further. Breath, breath. And I could be holding weights right now or a weight vest. And I'm going to hold it here. And yeah, you want to center your efforts on holding it for 30 seconds to a minute or doing 20 repetitions. Let's just make it simple. We'll say 20 repetitions. Okay? Yeah, I could say 4 sets of 5. Who can remember all that? Kathy knows I cannot remember this, so I just say 20. Or count to 20. See this? I can tell you I'm getting heated up right here. I'm getting heated up just by holding on to the step back lunge. Okay? Which is a Bulgarian. Sometimes people call it, trainers call it that. All right. Now we're ready because we've woken up the hips. We fired them up. Now I'm going to sit in my chair. You could sit on the pad if you want to. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to show you a move that if you have a band like this, and see, you can make yourself one. So I'm going to put it around my feet. Okay. You just step into it. Step into it. Bring it all the way up to just above the knees. Okay? All right, are you ready to go? So, I am taking a neutral position. My feet aren't necessarily touching and they aren't wide. They're just right shoulder width. See that? Okay. And we'll move them here in just a minute. So I'm going to sit to the edge of the chair a bit so that I can open my hip just a little because I want to start giving this some work. And if I'm sitting straight up and down, I put a little too much stress on the back. And if I go forward, I can't do the move that I want. So I want to go open a little. Okay? Drop my shoulders. Here's my feet right here. See that? And then I'm going to touch my knees. And then I'm simply going to open. And I'm going to let my feet rotate so that they're on the outside edges of the feet. See that? Now at this point, I'm going to stay open. And I'm going to say rib cage up. And I'm going to hold here. And it should be right on the outside of your knees. And then I'm going to come back in. See that? So now my feet are flat on the floor. And I can hip hinge in. Then I'm going to hip hinge open. So I'm getting a little movement there that is beneficial to your core. And it's going to be much kinder to your back. Rib cage up, drop my shoulders. Are you ready? Stay open, rotate, stay open, rotate, so that your feet are almost like, the bottoms of your feet are almost looking at each other. And then just open and then close, kind of like a little butterfly, just like that. This is going to start heating up a part of your gluteal that doesn't get hit often, or it doesn't get hit enough to keep it functioning. So I'm just going to go open. I'm opening here, breath, and I'm just really opening my feet, rolling my feet, stay rib cage up, stay open a little bit. So this is the one that if you took this on a trip, you could sit in your front seat and so that your gluteals don't go totally asleep. And a lot of problems happen when people don't get their gluteals rolling, okay? So I'm going to hold open now, and now I'm going to do just that little flicking action. See how it's just going to pull, see, open at the hip. Keep your chin down, take big breaths through your nose, Pull, yeah, pull. Okay, bring it all the way in and come forward. Now, if you needed to do the forward rest before I am doing it, perfect. And that means you were doing it hard enough to really say, whoa, I need to step back here for a minute. That's a good thing, okay? So take a breath, open back. So right there, see that I've opened it? My knees are right here, my feet are right here on the floor. Breath, open those knees. Open them all the way so that you're on the sides of your feet, but then you have to say rib cage up. That's crucially important here. Right there. And if you have a weight vest on right now, you're going to feel this. So keep opening. Stay really rolled your feet. Pull. Heating up back here. Breath. Heating up. Take a big breath. Open right here. Tight. Breath through the nose. Breath. Yes. Breath. And bring it back in. Bring yourself forward. Yeah. Bring one hand all the way over to one side. Reach back behind your chair. Drop your shoulders. Breath. Come back and do the same to the other side. Reach back and really look over your shoulder there. Breath. So we've done 2 big holds here. I'm going to do one more. Anytime you need to adjust the band, okay? Again, you're at about just a normal standing posture with your feet and knees, okay? I can put about a fist in between my knees there. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to the front of my chair. drop my shoulders, rib cage up, drop my chin, and open just a little. Now I'm ready to start ratcheting it down those hips right here. Go all the way so that your feet are on the sides. Then say rib cage up. You can put your palms up here and just go out, press out, press out, press out, breath. Press, hold it open, hold it open. Say rib cage up, say rib cage up, say rib cage up. Couple more, just really pull. You should be feeling some heat back here. Breath, 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 breath. And then come back in, and you can hold it or you can do pulses like we've done, okay? So that right there is a really good use of this little band. Now, this is a little interset that I'm going to put in here. It's a mobility one. So we're right in between doing the hip knee work, and then we're fixing to go into rowing with our arms and some deadlifting, okay? But we're alive, but we're going to do a deadlift. Okay, here's a little interset. I'm going to keep the band here. So make sure that when you stand up, which was what we're going to do, and you have a band around any part of your legs, that you have something to hang on to, okay? So I'm going to go here and up, all right? So I can hold on to my chair. I could have my bar with me. I could be doing it at a counter, a wall. So this is a mobility move that I'm trying to encourage you to go through, because it's leading us into one of the last very important dirty dozens for hips, okay? But what am I doing? I'm just taking a little break, and I'm giving myself a resistance walk. So slow it down, and those of you who are walkers, go ahead, I challenge you, go to the mall. Nancy should be laughing right now. And put your little band around just this part of your knees, that's fine. Oh, if you wanted to put it around your ankles, it'll be even harder. And then people will see that. And do a little resistance walk. Yeah, I challenge you to do even, I don't know, 20 to 50 steps. And then take it off. You will notice a difference. So this is a throwback to the point I was trying to make about strength work having to be more repetitions if you're going to do light weight, light resistance. So see, I can walk around like this, and it helps me think. Rib cage up, drop my chin, and it's not a big deal. But if I go take a big step, and then it really works against it, so you can turn it into whatever you want. This would be a fun way to do the mall walk, don't you think? Anyway, I digress. Careful getting out of it. Don't get tripped. Okay. Which brings us to a very important move for your hips. Now, you could do it with the band, no problem, but get yourself to where you can hold onto a wall and a bar, or a wall, whatever, singularly. And so what is that move? It's this move right here. Out here to the side and back in. And you've done these with me many, many, many times. This is one of the main moves that I will do in the Strong Women Stay Young, Strong Men and Women Stay Young. So if I had a weight vest and I'm standing here, or if I had a weight on my ankle, okay? And when people have joints replaced, as I do, this is my knee replacement, this is my hip replacement, or you're going for it, or you have back issues, I tend to rotate. So here's the thing about what I mean by that is, instead of doing this like, I don't know, 2 sets of 10, 20 times, let's focus on 20. If I just keep doing this, and I've seen it happen with my clients a lot in the past, they'll start doing this, it becomes kind of, and they'll just start throwing the leg. I want you to be intentional about a hip abduction and adduction, okay? And what does that mean? That means that when you start to go up, and if you have any kind of issues with hips and knees, pain in the back, especially, you tend to turn your toe to avoid that said pain. So check it out. You'll never know unless you do it right to begin with. So see, I'm just gently holding on to this right here. I'm going out to the side. I could do it without holding on to it, which is my goal, but it's there if I need it. And as I go up, I'm going to go as far as I can with my toes straight, then come back in. You're standing on one leg, which is what I want to move you for the last of this whole class. So once you know to turn that toe so that it's straight on in your adduction, abduction, this is a very important move, but it's a very important move to get this stability too. This is what's overworking right now, but we're doing that abduction. I could make it harder by putting a weight on my leg or against a band. Your call, okay? Now I'm going to do this side. So drop my shoulders, big breath through my nose, yes, yes. And soften your knee, both of them. Because then when you go out and the toe is forward, this knee is not locked. And your ankle and your foot have to do all kinds of gymnastics to stay on balance. That's the point. Don't do it fast. Don't jerk with it. Don't throw it up there. Move it. The knee is soft. Drop my shoulders. Big breath. Get to where you can try to do a few lifts with no touching. Drop that knee. Breath, 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 breath. Anytime you need to, have a bar or a chair, but don't turn that toe. The toe should be going forward. Yeah, just like that. Then if I'm doing this with a weight vest or I'm holding on to a weight here, well, there you go. That's how you make it harder. But these are the moves. These are the moves that if you'll focus on doing between 20 and 30 of them, or holding it for a minute, or something like that, that's what's going to start getting you to not fall so much. This is the why I'm focusing on the moves that are very important to stability and strength. It's up to you how quickly you move through the ranks of picking up weight and that type of thing. Okay. Now, I have this sitting here on that. I could use a chair. Some of you may not have a lower thing. This one is, you can do it very modified. So what I'm going to do is pull my weights to a 6 pounds, okay? And I'm going to put one right there. I'll put one right here. All right, because I'll pick up one with both my hands. So this is going to be like a deadlift, okay? And I'm going to either go from modified or I can pick it up from the floor. So if I was going to pick up my weight from the floor, where I would take many of you in a week or two, it would look like this. I'm coming down, my rib cage is up, I'm coming down, I'm going to pick up this weight and I'm going to bring it all the way up like this and squeeze my butt. That is what my deadlift's going to look like. So I'm going to come down here. My knees are going to bend a lot, but I'm going to push my my hips out and come down all the way to the floor, and then I'm going to pull See that? So the element you got to get right here is unlock your knees. They're not going to be bored straight, but they are not going to be bent like we would do if we were going to really pick up, you know, a load of some sort. Okay, so see, I'm coming down, my knees are bent a little bit, then I'm going to come up and squeeze my rear end. Take a big deep breath. And I might go all the way to the floor here, or that might be too far. So maybe I need to go right to here and then come up and squeeze. So it's this move that is going to address your hamstrings, your gluteals, your back, and keep your back very safe. Okay, so the difference between this and the hip hinge, of course, is you're pushing your butt out really hard. You're pushing you're shining your taillights. I try to give that as a cueing. My shoulders are down, but I bend my knees really a lot. Okay, a deadlift is we're going to go all the way down, and we're not going to bend our knees a lot, but we sure are going to use good form. So when you're coming up like this and you're hammering into the heels, and let's say you have a weight vest, and let's say you're picking up 18 pounds here. And I say 18 pounds because one of these is 18 if it's loaded. Well, now we're talking about putting an appreciable load through your back extensors. Okay, but if you're doing this correctly with good mechanics, you're squeezing the gluteals, then you release, soften the knees, keep your chin tucked, you don't excessively bend your knees, and then you hammer into the heels as you're coming up. Big breath, coming down, 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 down. Big breath, and you can choose a higher platform to put your weight into, okay? Take a big deep breath, keep your chin tucked. Right there, right there, right there. And then you come up. Now, I'm going to go to 2 weights, and I am going to do, you can call it a curtsy lift. Some people call it a Romanian deadlift, okay? You're not going as far. Number 1, you're coming right here, and you're pulling up. You're coming right here and pulling up. So now we are hip hinging. We're coming here, but we're not bending at the knees. So what we're trying to do this for is to build strength through the shoulders and through those back extensors in a safe way. So we're going very lightweight. You can go heavy, but you keep squeezing right there, and you just do a tiny little hip hinge. You keep your chin tucked, and you're coming right down here. So it's a function of your hip bones, your gluteals, your back extensors, breath, and you're hanging on to that weight. See, I'm stabilizing the weight through my shoulders. Breath, 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 breath. Then I'm going to step right off of that. I'm going to come right here to my chair, step back, and I'm going to do a segment of gentle rows. Okay? Now, I want to encourage you when you're pulling with one hand here, make sure that you're pulling your elbow back and almost like over your back. Okay? Then you go all the way down, rotate, drop your shoulder, and pull. Soften up your knees. Go all the way down. So you're rotating through the shoulders. Then you come to neutral, drop your shoulders. That's when the elbow goes up. Drop your knees again. Take a breath. Here we go. All the way. Rotate. Pull to neutral with your shoulders. Shoulders drop. Pull. Here we go. You're rotating. Pull. You're rotating. Pull. Yes. Take it down. Let's just do 4 more. Just 4 more. Bend your knees. Here we go. All the way down. Rotate. Come to even with your shoulders. That's what I call neutral. Then the elbow goes up over your back almost. Pull, pull. Just 2 more. Just 2 more. Bend your knees. Rotate. Here we go. 1 more. Breath. Rotate. Step in. Come up. Then we're going to be on the other side. Okay? You do all this with a kitchen chair. The position of your feet, very important. Okay? Very important. Bend. You're going to come all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. See how I'm rotating? Then I come to neutral, and then I pull that elbow back over my back. Go all the way down. Do not go fast here. Rotate all the way down. Look over your shoulder. Here we go. Pull. Bend your knees. Rotate. Go all the way down. Here we go. Pull. So this has lots to do with functionality and mobility of your upper body. That's why I prefer to use free weights, because it gets you in multiplanar positions, okay? Which is how we move anyway. Breath, rotate. Now you're gonna get even, bend your knees. Okay, here comes the elbow, pull, big breath, rotate. Here we go, pull, rotate all the way down, soften those knees, come to neutral, pull. Okay, about 3 more. Rotate, pull. Here we go. Rotate, neutral. Get the elbow up there. You should be feeling a lot of heat in that hip. Both hips, but the front one for sure. And then come down and rotate, rotate, rotate. And then come back and step in. And if you're shaking just a little bit, that is a good thing. That's what we want. Okay, now let's see where we're at here. I know, I hear some of you saying, how much weight are you lifting, Jeannie? Are you supposed to be doing that much? I'm being careful, I promise. Okay, this is why I'm gonna put this in here. So I'm gonna go this way with my little, so use your little pad, put it like that. Some of you may need to put another pillow to get a good incline. Okay, this next one is very important for many of us. Okay, so I'm using a 6 and a 6. You can use whatever you think. You're going to sit right on the edge of your chair. Do not fall off. Lean back. So with a pillow and that pad that you guys, most of you got them from me, works really well. Okay, you're going to bring this here. You're going to take a big deep breath, drop your shoulders. You're going to drop your chin. The weights are going to come right here. And you're going to open. You are not going to go above your head. You're going to go right in front of you, okay? Just right up in front of you in an incline press. So there's 2 positions that for your strength, building of strength, especially in your upper body, your arms, etc., core, it's the incline press. If you can do it carefully, hold, breath, hold, breath, bring it back. Big breath through the nose. Here we go. Hold, breath, bring it back. Hold, breath, hold, breath, hold, breath, bring it back. Hold, breath, hold, breath, hold, breath. Keep your chin tucked. You're leaning back into that pillow. Breath, breath, breath. Bring it back. Just a couple more. Here we go. Breath, breath, breath. Bring it back. Breath, breath, breath. Okay, last one. Stay with me. Breath, rib cage up. Ah, hold. Breath, 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 breath. Bring it back. Bring those weights right there. Okay. Now, we're just going to sit up. See this? I'm just going to sit up. I'm going to move my hips open, not even an inch. A little, so that I'm not completely 90 degrees here. I want to be open just a little. Okay? Here's what I'm going to encourage you to do. Don't use weight to begin with. Just don't. Put your thumbs right here, okay, on your shoulders. Then put your thumbs in your ears. Then go straight up above your head. Really reach up with your shoulders, okay? When you come down, bend those elbows, but now turn just a little. Bring one hand down and take one hand back. It's not going to go back, but you're acting like it's going to go back. Then you come back above the head, not in front of your face, above the head. And how do you know that? You bring your thumbs right here to your ears, the top of your head, and then go up. This becomes very difficult for many of us with shoulder issues. And I'm just telling you that if you will practice careful movement of that shoulder, you can get stronger. So don't use weight at first. If you're thinking, I think I can't quite get above my head, then don't use weight, okay? We have to get you on a wall and get you crawling up a wall so that you can get a full arm move, or talk to me and give me feedback and I'll give you some ideas. But right now, if you feel that you're good to go, I would start with very lightweight, like 3, especially if you've had shoulder issues, okay? Again, you're sitting upright on the edge of your chair and you're opening a 1/2 inch, not like what we were doing on an incline press. Then I'm going to come right here. I'm going to start with very lightweight. I'm going to go up. I'm going to be asking myself the whole time, do I feel pain anywhere in my shoulder? Then I'm going to come down to my ears and open my elbows. And then bring them back up. And I'm going to denote, how does that feel at a very, 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 very light weight? All the way up. Breath. And all the way up. Breath. And then adjust your weights. If you need to use less, or if you think, I think I'll put on the next plate. It's up to you. But everything is carefully worked movement. Breath. Then I'm going to bring them down and down, just like that. Then I'm going to hang on to the weight, and I'm going to do a sit to stand with these weights, okay? And I haven't done that since the last workout. I did it, I think, on the last workout. So I'm going to go a little wider with my legs. I hold the weights right here. Drop my chin, take a breath. Hip hinge. This is where we do the hip hinge. I'm going to shine my taillights. And I'm going to go up. 1, 2, squeeze the gluteal. Release. Come back down. Come back down. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And back down. Okay? Big breath. Hip hinge. Open those legs. Breath. Exhale. Squeeze. And then hip hinge. Go way back there. Way back there. Way back there. And come down. Breath. Couple more. Here we go. Exhale. You're hanging on to weights here. So it's my body weight. And then it's these light weights. right? And I'm just working my way back to my strength work without putting undue pressure in my abdominals, or I don't want it. Drop your shoulders. Here we go. Hip hinge. Shine your tail lights. Breath. Exhale. Squeeze. Release. Come back down. And one more really good one. We're going to come up. 1, 2. Exhale. And then bring those weights down. And I'm going to put them right down into a fold. So this is your movement test. Everything we did today was to help so that you can fold better under a load and come back up, because you've got to fold to get into cars, to get down and get stuff out from under the bed, stuff like that. So big breath, tight tummy. See how I'm doing on my time? Okay, we're done. I'm going to come down and I'm going to come back. I'm going to squeeze. Okay. So I did all of that to be able to be more mobile, but to be stronger and more aware of how to stay on balance. Okay, so a lot of one-legged type stuff. Like if you can, with your knee standing on your foot, all through Christmas break, you're at your counter brushing your teeth. I know, you've heard this before, but do it this way. Bring your knee up, you're brushing your teeth, and just make little alphabet moves with your knee. See, I just did an A, and then do a B. See, do that. Keep your toes opening. Make sure you're safe, but do one-legged challenges. And doing an ABC with just your knee, that might help you to do that. So that'll be good. Teach that to your grandkids. Make them do the ABCs with their toes. That's an idea. You could do that on your walk too, Dance. Stop. Merry Christmas.